From customizing
Yes,
the
I
quick
do
settings
think
panel
good
to
news
new
today.
gallery features,
The
get
FIROS
interest
has
to
now
new
launched
price
a new portal
upgrades, grab
to
yourself a
validate
template,
tax
and unlock
time.
new features of UI 8.5 starting with this.
Remember yesterday, the FIROS announced that
So we've got to start
you
with
don't
this
need
quick settings
tax
panel.
ID to run your business.
Customize your text. So if you swipe down on
For
the pencil
companies,
icon,
I
you'll
see
instantly
that
notice there's these new handles on every
now
page.
this
And
setup
those
has
handles
been
let you
created.
drag,
It's
drag,
actually
and
combined
resize your virtual pictures. By the way, Samsung got you.
So this government, this FIROS,
Essentially, you've
they are
got two
talking
default sizes to
they are
choose
not
from. The normal icon shape and the normal fill shape. But the volume
so now this portal,
can actually
so
be
access
reshaped
it,
into
just
vertical.
type
The media control can be
FIROS
and on top of that, you can drive the controls to any way you want, which is really cool.
now I just showed you how to find this when I
Also, drag controls into the screen wherever you want to drag them outside the room to the area
and then for
and if you hit this tab button, you can do this with a number of different controls. There's a lot. Oh, and each icon is a slightly new animation, which is a really nice touch. If you're offering all that if you wanted to, you can have a full shape panel, only icons like this, or completely customized layouts. So to set panel settings right at the bottom, you can select this option to reset the entire quick settings panel. So that's everything for the quick settings panel as for the regular space, and also the set updates. Alright, so first we're going to quickly jump into settings, but straight away you'll notice those link descriptions are now gone and everything is just looks so much cleaner, which I like a lot. Okay, but the real fun is inside wallpaper and styles on group one. We do have a few options. So first up is the color, and if you swipe to the left, you'll notice these three new fonts, and each of them have a slick animation. But what's also really cool is you can now adjust the thickness of almost every font using the slider. Always happy to see more customization options. Okay, then next is widgets. So now, when you set one up, with like a picture of your pet, for example, the pop-up widgets now automatically resize and position themselves depending on what's involved, which is so much fun. And then there's also this brand new widget toggle down here. If you turn that on, people will literally see the weather around you using cool animations. This has been around for a while, but it's been pretty hit until now. And speaking of hidden stuff, here's some new hidden
so after you do that, you click on I declare that that's your
So if you guys want to change your home screen folder colors, you now need to take the hold, then open this new settings option, and in here is where you can change the colors like before to basically any color you want. But now there's this transparency slider too, meaning you can now make your folders completely see-through, and if you combine this with that enlarged folder option, it basically looks like you've got a ton of mini apps on your home screen, which is really cool. Another hidden feature you've got to check out, and I know you guys will love this, is when you tap on the screen here, you now get the choice to do a partial screen record. It actually tries to auto-select all the things you want to record, but you can also resize them if you want. Then just hit record, let your phone do its thing, and when it's all done, if you open up the gallery, you can see perfectly cropped screen recording. Then one more quick hidden trick before we move on to advanced features. If you copy a calculation from, say, an article or a message like this, for example, once you come ahead and copy that message, then open up this calculator, you'll notice this new pop-up that you can tap to instantly get an answer on that calculation. So nice.
Your RC number has been
Okay, now editing photos just got way easier with One UI 8.5. So if you tap on this icon, you now have 4 updated tools in here. You got Erase, Move, Create, and Style. With Erase, you just tap on something you want to draw, or you can even draw circle lines and snap to the object. Then hit the Erase button and boom, it's gone. Move works pretty much in the same way, but instead of deleting, you can just drag your selection any way you want, and you can also resize it. Then when you hit generate, just give it a few seconds and it'll fill in the blanks automatically. And it does a really good job. And create is wild. You can just sketch whatever it is you want to add to an image, and trust me, it does not need to be good. Then your phone will actually predict what it is you want and put it in your pic. Crazy. And before I show you what style does, if you press this keep editing button, you'll also be able to see your full edit history. So you can just tap this icon and see every single change you've done to your pic, which is actually pretty useful. Okay, and as for style, this is actually made for selfies. So you just pick from one of these different styles at the bottom, like a 3D cartoon for example, hit generate, and boom, now you know what you look like as a cartoon. And you can even do this with pictures of your pets, which is honestly really fun. I mean, look at that. Oh, and another thing, inside your gallery, under gallery settings, then photo assist. If you scroll down to AI erase and view, make sure you've got processed data only on device turned on. Because now this way, everything will stay on your device and nothing ever leaves your phone, so it's totally private. And while we're in the gallery, there are some awesome new features in here too. So straight out the box, the gallery kinda has a new look. Compared to before, everything is now a bit more rounded, which again just kind of feels familiar, if you know what I'm saying. But besides how it looks, in the menu you now have two new features, shot types and private album. Shot types is really cool because this groups your entire gallery by format. So like all your photos, portrait shots, videos, selfies are organized in one place, which is nice and clean. And then there's a new private album, which is exactly what it sounds like, a long album of photos you want to keep private. All you do is tap and hold to select your most valuable pics or videos, then click these three dots and right at the bottom you can move them to your private album and they will vanish. And the only way to see them again is to open up your private album and unlock it using your fingerprint. Sweet. So that's cool, but not nearly as cool as what I'm going to show you next. Okay, now if you're in your settings and you open up accessibility, then dive into vision enhancements, you'll see this cool new setting called dim strobing. But before I turn it on, here's what a video looks like when it's off. And if I go into the setting and turn it on, then go back and play the video again, check it out, the screen has automatically dimmed and doesn't wreck your eyes. And as you can see, it actually makes a pretty big difference. Definitely an underrated feature. Okay, but another one you gotta turn on is inside security and privacy. Then under lost device protection, then theft protection, it's called a failed authentication lock. Make sure this is turned on because now, if you accidentally leave your phone unlocked somewhere and someone tries to access one of your locked apps, like a banking app or even WhatsApp for example, after a few wrong tries, your phone will straight up lock itself. A really cool and nifty safety feature. Oh, and there's also an updated gesture with 8.5. When you swipe back, you'll now see a preview of the window you're about to go into. This is how it looks compared to the old One UI 8. And honestly, I kind of prefer this new back preview. Let me know what you think in the comments. But now is the perfect time to show you what's new in the log app. See what I did there? So the useful clock app now has some big new improvements. Starting off with your alarms, if you open one app, swipe all the way to the bottom to select your alarm background, then click the background option and boom, right over here you have this new weather background. So if you set that up, when your alarm goes off, you will see exactly what the weather is like outside. And as you can see, I had a nice sunny day. Okay, then over in the World Clock tab, there's a new little feature. First, you gotta make sure you've added a city or two, which is also really nice and easy to do. I just searched for Tokyo, tap add, and that's literally it. But here's the new feature. If you tap this little icon, it shows you a little view of your local time compared to the other cities you've got in the world clock. And you can then use the scroll wheel to see the difference in time of each city, and even see if it's day or night there. Like, this is super useful. But that's not all, because the stopwatch also got an upgrade. So now it's got the sleek new kind of analog look, which is really nice. But if you wanted to go back to the old digital one, you can just swipe to the left, and there it is. Or you can swipe back for the analog one. So far, that's a lot of new features, but here are some slick little upgrades you've gotta know. Okay, so when you open up your settings and head into notifications, under status bar, you'll see you now have the option to show your battery background. In One UI 8, we could show or hide the battery percentage itself, but now we're stuck with only hiding the background. Weird, but what do you guys think? Another quick mention is inside the calculator app. Everything might look exactly the same until you actually start tapping on the keys. That's when you notice this cool new keystroke highlight. That's green for the numbers and most the symbols, and red just for these two. Also, there's a new little addition with a torch. So when you turn it on, if you lock your phone, with One UI 8.5, you now see the torch control in the now bar at the bottom of your lock screen. You can then tap it and directly turn it off right from here, which again is really nifty. Another cool thing I noticed is inside settings, the old search bar was right over here, but now it's conveniently placed right over here at the bottom, which I much prefer. And by the way, the S26 Ultra is about to come out, so make sure you subscribe for some more Samsung content. We'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles!
Definitely don't sit on it while it's open, which is really the key here. If you're going to treat your cell phone nicely, it's probably the coolest thing to play. But if you're the kind of person who lives in your hardware, and speaking of
всей нашей большой страной. Впереди у нас волшебная ночь, полная невероятных сюрпризов и долгожданных подарков. Вас поздравят любимые артисты и прозвучат лучшие песни самых разных лет.
Вместе мы будем праздновать и радоваться от души, а еще от всего сердца желаем друг другу самого главного.
Света и радости, мира и благоденствия. Счастья всем нам.
Всей нашей любимой земле, с наступившим вас, друзья.
Lower stereo loudspeaker has more balls inside. Remember, these tiny walls let the speakers sound bigger. By giving the more motherboard selfie camera still attached. Then the main board with the processor and primary cameras comes out after that. This circuit board is where most of the brains are at, like the Snapdragon 808 processor. But in typical Samsung fashion, there is no thermal tape, nor even a thermal system also about to congratulate Samsung on the continuous usage of the battery profile, but as you can see, a new problem. The thinness of the battery makes the profile not work. They are building in a way that makes it extremely nervous. That's why not all of their batteries from the inside of the frame and leave them where they lay. All three different sized batteries allocate roughly 5,000 per square. Not only is it cheaper to use electric but also the batteries are what take up the vast majority of the phone's real estate. The only way to get thinner in the future is for battery technology to change drastically. But for the phone companies, they might make them much thinner than this would roughly eliminate along the curvatures, and of course, instead of just one hinge, Samsung threw in two. It's impressive. I'm impressed. And now you can impressively be holding one of your own soon, since any purchase you make with D-Brain from now until the end of the year gives you a chance to win a Samsung